Because of our experience in foster care as foster parents, we became aware of the need for adoptive families for older children. And I really wasn't aware of that before, but all of a sudden I realized there's a lot of children who are actually waiting right here in America for forever families. And I thought, well, we could certainly do that.
With adopting John, that was our first being a parent, you might say. So it was some similar things, I suppose, that happens with people who have babies, which is your life revolves, for 24 hours a day for a while. Your life revolves around the new child in your home. And in the case of a 9-year-old, there's a lot of learning. This is a child with a lot of history and some trauma associated with that history. Sometimes it's maybe if you've never experienced a warm, healthy, deep relationship with mom and dad, you don't know what that's like and you don't know how to get there yourself. And so the foster parent, the adoptive parent, needs to lead. We always were open to the idea of adopting another son. So we went through the training, we received the license on a Friday, and got a phone call the following Monday. And it was from Mark's social worker. She had thought, upon reading our profile, that we could be a good match for Mark, who had some similar experiences with our first son, in the sense of they'd suffered some similar losses in their lives, and they thought that maybe we could be experienced in working through those issues. So Mark was 12 at the time we met him, and then 13 when we adopted him.
I think that with the older children, when they initially come to you, they are a little bit leery about attaching because they don't know if this is for real. Are they going to be here forever? Can they trust you? And it does take time. As with any relationship that becomes a worthwhile relationship, it takes time, and you have to invest in it. Well, our two oldest children were in their 20s by then and out of the house and living on their own, but we were still fairly young. And we thought, well, maybe we could try it again, adopt another son.
And so we met him, and he was just a few days past his 10th birthday.
When I was 10, it was kind of nerve-wracking because I've been through a lot of families, and I wasn't sure if this was just going to add on to the pile.
One of the key things I know that my wife and I have focused on is building positive interactions. And so we try to focus a lot on what does a child enjoy doing? What do they find fun? And make sure that we do a lot of that.
Well, I think the time commitment is something that people worry about. And what I have found is the more time I spend with my children, the more time I want to.
My mom has helped me mature by the way she is so kind to everyone. She is very calm too, like my father.
Initially, James really liked video games, and so we started playing games together, and then that led to his interest in programming, how to build the characters, how to build the scenes. What makes it special, though, is it's something he enjoys doing, and so now it becomes a father and son activity, and so we can enjoy working on it together.
The upside to adopting an older kid is you get a friend, and you can like talk with them more than you would a baby.
Our oldest son and his wife, John and Desiree, have two children, Emma, age 5, and Luke, age 4, so we have 2 wonderful grandchildren.
Having nieces and nephews is a real fun job. It really changes me because it makes me feel like, oh, I have someone looking up to me.
I think a lot of people are concerned that maybe it'll be overwhelming, or maybe they won't be able to be the parent that the child needs. And I really believe that the vast majority of people can be effective in adopting and fostering too. I think ultimately it takes the flexibility and the willingness to learn.
I think the main thing I learned is that they're so much like me, and like all of us. They want the same things out of life that we want. They want to be loved unconditionally, they want to feel safe, and they want to know that they're important to somebody. And so I found that I could do those things.
There are 20 children in Fairfax County waiting for forever families. If you believe you can open your heart and home to create a new type of family, or if you simply just want to learn more, make the first step and contact the Department of Family Services at 703-324-7639 or visit their webpage at fairfaxcounty.gov/DFS.